Anil is entrusted with the responsibility of pertaining to the scaling of his business and technology units in the Indian and South Asia areas of operation. He has over 3 decades of experience in the technology industry. So, Anil, I leave the stage to you now.
Thank you, Sadaf. Uh, First of all, I really want to thank the White Page International team for allowing me this opportunity to present to the esteemed, colleagues that are there. It was great listening to many of you. What I'm going to do is just once again, we're going to share my screen, talk about how intelligent automation is becoming a boardroom conversation, right? Just give me 1 second. Yes, I hope you can see my screen. Okay, so first of all, I really wish all of you a very safe weekend. I know it's been, a tough 18 months, and I really hope that all of you and your families are safe. I start with that prayer. One of the things that I really feel excited about when I present UiPath is there are companies in this world that, captured market transitions that change the world. Think of what Apple did to the entertainment industry. Think of what Tesla is doing. And the reason I put UiPath over here is simple. There are three irreversible trends that we've seen, which are globalization, digitization, mobility. This is never going to go back in time. I don't think we will ever see a time again where we'll be, not mobile or not having access to information using any device connected over any network. The fourth irreversible trend in my mind that's going to play out is automation. Why do I say that? Well, the gap between technology evolution, think of the last 10 years and the way technology has evolved versus the human evolution, right? And the catch up game that we are playing. I think the gap is just widening between technology evolution, human evolution. So you need to figure a way out where you can build and bridge this gap through automation, where routine, mundane tasks that we do almost on a daily basis, our workforce does on a daily basis, that can be given to robots or bots as we call them, and then you can be tasked to do a much higher work order. And that's, I think, the future. That is how we will grow to the next level, right? UiPath, again, as a company, started about 2005. This is a very young company. Our roots were in Romania, but in a very short period of time, today UiPath, which has gone public, has emerged as one of the brightest startups, I would say. In fact, we went IPO in April this year, and this was the second most successful IPO after Snowflake. And the reason why the market gave such a big thumbs up to us was our vision about having a fully automated enterprise. We are envisaging a world where enterprises will look at automation as a strategic business enabler. It will be a boardroom priority, right? Like Bill Gates once famously said, that we see a PC for every human being on earth. Our CEO Daniel Dines believes that we can have a robo for every person. And the idea really is to augment the existing workforce, augment the skills that are available. I would probably say that we've been labeled as one of the top 50 disrupting companies by CNBC. In Financial Times, we've been seen as one of the fastest growing companies. So there's a lot in terms of market leadership. Gartner has placed us as a leader for 2 consecutive years now, and Forrester the same, right? But what is it that we are talking about when we talk about fully automated enterprise? Let me decode this for you first, and this is proven, right? For every $1 that companies have invested in UiPath capabilities, the platform that we have to offer, the automation platform, they've seen a return of more than $25 in the same year, or probably in the next 18 months, right? The four pillars of a fully automated enterprise, and it's simple. First, let's automate anything and everything that is automatable, right? Let's look at all the mundane activities that we do on a daily basis. Let's automate that. That's pretty simple, low hanging fruit. The second is, can we look at providing a robo for every person so that these robots become assistants to human workers? We need to empower them. We need to make sure that they are looking at a higher grade of work, right? Third is democratized development. What do we mean by that? We mean simple low code applications. Each and every workforce can now think of automating by using low code applications. This does not require high level of skills, right? And so think of a workforce that's coming in every day and thinking of automation, thinking about what else can we do. That's how you kind of move this organization to a fully automated enterprise. Last but not the least, unleash the power of artificial intelligence to kind of figure out what can we do in our enterprise which we don't know. So what you know we can automate, what you don't know you want to discover those automation opportunities, whether looking at the processes that we have. And generally speaking, we have seen artificial intelligence play a very critical role. The entire platform capabilities that we have built, we've seen this come to life, right? So this is something that I believe is the future. I am not saying this because UiPath obviously believes in this. There are multiple industry analysts that have shared some, very high impacting figures. For example, Forrester says 80% of the jobs in insurance will be transformed by AI and automation, right? 80%, that's a huge number, and we are talking about just 8 years from now. Or for example, Gartner believes that 50% of US healthcare providers will invest in automation, right? Or for example, manufacturing, and this is, in 2021, we are talking of this current year, 50% of the world's manufacturers believe that they can actually have at least a 15 to 25% productivity gain from automation. And again, IDC. So whichever industry analyst that you'd say, I think across different industries and segments, automation is playing a key role. And I think that is a strategic business enabler. Now, there are two ways to look at, automation. And this is the approach that I've seen. One, where it comes from a bottoms up, right? Where you start with one of the functions, you try and automate a few processes, you kind of set a center of excellence, and then it starts dying out because the COE or the center of excellence stakeholders have to go persuade the business. That's not too much alignment between business and the automation stakeholders, and then it starts slowing down, right? And then people say, well, we haven't seen. I think when people talk of digital transformation, you cannot have digital transformation without automation. It is embedded, and that's what we are seeing successful organizations do. What are they doing? They're starting with a top-down approach. They want stakeholdership, they want executive sponsorship at a boardroom level because the executives need to have a vision around what do we need to automate, right? Figure out by each function what are the yearly goals that we can give to each of these functions to look at automating their processes, right? When it becomes a company wide initiative, you then look at planning for resources, budgeting, and then it starts becoming clear to the people on the ground that this is here to stay and we have to figure a way to automate whatever is automatable, discover new challenges, use automation as an innovation tool, right? And this is something that has yielded us great results. In fact, there are companies, I'll take the example of SMBC, a bank in Japan. If you look at their public sheet, the quarterly reports that they publish, and this is in the public domain, they actually call out the benefits that they have seen in automation. This is something that they share with the street, right? So all in all, I would say automation is here to stay. It is a key business imperative. I think we need to bridge the divide between the technology evolution and the human evolution, and the only way to do that is think about automation. I also believe that as we go forward, enterprises will look at business differentiation. For that, people are already talking about a digital enterprise or a fully automated enterprise. So I would really like to, connect with you at any point in time outside of this forum. But I really wish all of you a great session as you go forward. And if there are any questions, more than happy to connect at any point in time. Thank you.